大家好，我是 Olive Branch 的 Alan. So I can hear in some of the comments that you guys are now exercising, which is great, and that your scales are going up though, and you're not sure if you're gaining muscle or you're gaining fat. And so I'm here to explain to you in this video or share some tips with you on how to discern whether you're in fact gaining muscle or fat. So the first thing you need to consider, guys, is there are three factors that actually can affect whether you're gaining fat or muscle. The first one is your exercise type and frequency and intensity. Second one is your diet, has it changed? And the last one is your sleep. So if you're really keen, you should be taking notes as you're listening to this video. And so by the end of the video, you'll have an idea actually if you've gained muscle or fat. Okay, so the first one we're talking about is exercise. And so you really want to understand is what type of exercise are you doing? Are you doing more cardio, endurance type exercises like running, biking, swimming? Or are you lifting weights primarily? Or is it something in between, like functional or circuit training? That's the first step, is because if we take the extreme example and you're doing endurance-like exercise and you're doing something for a low intensity for a long period of time, chances are you're not going to be building that much muscle. Okay, so if anything, by doing a lot of endurance type work, you might actually be breaking down muscle. So the weight gain that you're showing on the scales is probably not coming from muscle gain. If we go to the other extreme type of exercises, lifting weights, if that's all you're doing, and your scales are increasing, it is likely that you're gaining muscle because that's what weight training is for, it's strength building. So if you're lifting heavier weights than before, or if the things that you're lifting around the house day to day is becoming lighter to you, it's a sign that you're getting stronger, which means more muscle. And muscle actually retains more water, and so that way your weight might actually increase because of the muscle gain, which inadvertently means more water weight, and so that makes you heavier. So this weight increase, if it's through muscle gain, is not necessarily bad for you. In fact, it's actually quite good for you that you're gaining muscle. As I've mentioned many times before in my videos, more muscle means healthier. Okay, so but so far, we're not quite sure yet, so let's keep going. The next thing that you want to look at is your diet. Has your diet changed since the beginning? Has it gone healthier? Has it gone worse? Or is it about the same? And hopefully you know by now, approximately at least, what is a healthier diet and what is a not so healthy diet. So if you're still eating a lot of junk food, a lot of sugary foods, then that's not so good. And if it's getting worse or you're eating more of it, then there's a likely chance that you're actually gaining fat. However, if you've cut off all the sugar and you're eating a lot more vegetables and just whole foods like meat, and you're just cooking the meat and you're eating at home a lot more, and you're not eating a lot more volume of calories, then it's likely that your diet has gone better, in which case you shouldn't have been gaining fat. The last point you want to consider is the sleep factor. Has it changed since the beginning? Is your sleep quality improved or has it gone worse? The time in bed, has that increased or has that decreased? Sleep is a very important factor. It's the bedrock of all health, as I mentioned before in my previous video on sleep. So I recommend you guys go back and watch that if you want more information. Because if you're actually sleep deprived, your body actually holds on to fat more readily. In other words, the less sleep you get, the fatter you are. So just as a side note, out of the three factors is just how well do you know your body? By just looking at the mirror, sometimes you can tell if you gain muscle or fat. Just how it feels on your body. Are you feeling looser, or is everything a bit tighter, firmer, more toned? How your clothes fit on the body. Is it tighter across the chest or is it tighter across the waist, which might show that you've had more fat increase in the waistline. Other tools that you can also use, such as the BIA or the bioelectrical impedance analysis, which are those scales that you step on that you might see in some gyms, and you hold on to these handles that have these electrical nodes that send an electrical signal down your body to test how much body fat you have. If you're doing that consistently, that can chart out what's your trajectory. Are you gaining fat or are you losing fat? The benefit of those machines is that it's very convenient, but it's just not very accurate. It's not very reliable. You can easily influence that by just drinking more water. You can change the result quite a lot, actually. So not the most accurate. Another test you can do is the skin fold caliper test, and this is what I do with my clients: is you pinch the body, pinch the skin to see how much fat is under the skin. Again, that's very the reliability depends on the practitioner, and it's not always the most accurate because it doesn't measure visceral fat, which is the fat that's inside and lining your organs. And so it's just another tool that can help tell you if your body fat's going up or down. So that's it, guys. In closing, I hope you found that useful. Those are just some tips and pointers that can help guide you to determine whether you're gaining fat or muscle. And usually it's going to be a mix. You'll probably be gaining a bit of both, some more than others. And these are just points for you to consider, to think about as you're trying to see if you're on the right path or you need to do a course correct. Hopefully you found that useful. And if not, or if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. I do read them, and I'll do another video on them if you have a lot of questions that are quite common. Okay, guys, I'll see you next time.